Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing card number 2 from my Simon Says stamp card kit for this year. I'm starting off with these papers from the kit. This is that lattice designer paper, the 6x6, a corrugated piece of pink cardstock, and off-white cardstock for my base, and then the Nina Desert Storm cardstock. So I'm going to start off by cutting down that Nina Desert Storm paper to fit a 5x7 inch card, and this is going to be the base to mat on the top of the card. Next, I'm cutting down that 6x6 pattern paper, and I'm going to mat that directly on top of the Nina cardstock. So next I'm taking that off-white cardstock for my card base. I cut it down to 7 inches by 10 inches, and I'm just using my Martha Stewart mini scoreboard to score it at 5 inches to make my card. So next I'm taking that corrugated cardstock and a large heart die, and I'm going to run it through my Big Kick to cut that heart out. I'm going to use that for the front panel on my card. So next I am taking a piece of the Nina cardstock, and I'm going to stamp this sentiment, "Love You Always," on the Nina cardstock, and I'm going to use a smaller heart to cut that out. So I'm just mounting it on my stamping press. And then I am going to use my Hottie Swap brown archival ink to ink that stamp up and make a really good impression on my cardstock. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take that smaller die, that smaller heart die, and also run that through my die cutting machine to cut it out. I'm just using a piece of washi tape to hold that in place so that my sentiment is exactly where I want it on the heart. And I'm just going to go ahead and run that through as well. Okay, so here that is. I'm just going to move my Big Kick out of the way, and I'm going to start working on my panel. And I am just using the Tea-Dye ink, the Distressed ink by Tim Holtz, to ink the edges of that designer cardstock. And I'm just going to ink all the way around. I kind of want it to look kind of distressed and old, so I'm going to take this distressing tool as well and just distress all the way around the paper, the whole perimeter around the paper. And then I'm going to tear this paper and also ink it and just kind of curl the edges. I want it to look like a piece of worn paper, basically. My idea was a shabby chic sort of a Valentine card, so I wanted to make it kind of weathered, kind of old, and but also just really pretty. This is a super simple card to recreate. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of curling those edges. I've inked them up, and I will adhere this panel onto the Nina cardstock. And I'm going to be using my Tombow multi-monite glue to do that. It'll give me a little bit of wiggle room to get my placing of my cardstock down on the panel exactly the way I want it to. So next I'm going to also ink the edges of that large corrugated heart that we cut out. I just kind of Wanted to add just a little bit of ink in so that it ties this in with my card, because this is a pretty bright or bold color for like a shabby type card. So I'm also gonna try to distress the edges of this. I'm using that same little tool, and I just want it to look really frayed, and just like the cardstock before, I want it to look kind of old and tattered. So that is what I'm doing here. And I haven't used this little tool in a long time. I actually forgot I had it until I got the idea in my head that I want to do a shabby chic kind of card for today's video. So next I'm taking a piece of lace ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut that off, and I'm going to use my Adtech glue runner, and I am just going to add some sticky adhesive on the back of that, and I'm going to stick it down towards the bottom of that panel. And next I'm taking some sheer ribbon. This is a light baby pink sheer ribbon. And I'm going to tie that right down at the bottom of that card panel, right above where I put the lace ribbon. So I'm just making a little bow. And then I'll use an adhesive glue dot to kind of hold my ribbon in place so that it won't move. I'm just going to cut off the ends of that. So I'm just really figuring my placing for these hearts right now. And I'm thinking I did not want to distress the small heart because I wanted that to stay clean. But I'm just going to use these foam adhesive circles, and I am just going to use that to pop the smaller heart in the middle of the larger heart. And then I'll use that same Tombow glue, and then I'll adhere that to the card panel. And that's where I'm adding that adhesive sticky dot to my ribbon to keep it in place. Next, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this panel to my card base. And I'm using that same glue. I love this glue. And I run out of this glue all the time, really fast. So usually when I buy it, I'll get 2 or 3 at a time. So I'm just sticking that down on my card front. My card is almost done. I wanted to add some of these little sugar dots that I got from Michael's. They're a baby pink color, just to add a few embellishments to this card. I'm going to add one more right on that little heart. And guys, this is the card for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, click the link below to subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.